Hello! This is going to be week 8 vlog of The Artist's Way. First, I want to show some creative projects I've been working on. I've been wanting to make like a clay sword, so I did something like that the other night. This is an ocean paint palette that I've been working on, that I'm still working on or like finishing up, but I really like. Those are some of my lighters. That's Calcifer. That's an anatomical heart with an eye on it. That's a rose ashtray with nails in it. That's a little mini pomegranate. That's a lighter case, and those are a couple pendants that I made as well. Yes, I need to get more paint, but I'm really excited to finish those. I'm gonna do today's vlog over here. Let me get started on my computer too. Hello! This is week 8 vlog of The Artist's Way. I was going to do this week's vlog like while creating something, like on my artist's day, but for my artist's day I ended up honestly just wanting to listen to music and like just be in that creative flow. The past couple of days I've been kind of like in a mental funk, I guess, or in like a little bit of a depressive episode, but I've been doing what I do best and alchemizing that for my benefit and making art out of it, and doing whatever I can to like make the most of it. I just smoked like 2 bowls, so if I cough, that is why. I need to start drinking my tea again. I've been taking a break from teas because I need to get non-caffeinated tea because I've been having troubles with like my heart. I'm getting it figured out, and I've been taking care of my health a lot because health is very, very important. I have a couple topics for this week's vlog that I want to talk about. In my background. Yeah, my last artist's day, I just worked on the clay and I ended up finishing the rest of the clay that I had. I wanted to make like a Bimo and another Calcifer, but I think I'll do that when I get more clay. I'm going to take a break for a little bit for now though from the clay, because I need to get paint, or I just got paint, but like I need to wait for it to come so that I can finish the clay pieces and glaze them. And then in the meantime, I really want to work on my lighters. I have a couple ideas that I really like. I want to make like a punk kind of one. I also want to make a fae or a fairy themed one. I want to make a cinema roll themed one and a Care Bears themed one. I think for the next 2, I'm going to do like the fairy one and the cinema roll one because it's like one of each. I'm excited for those. I might do like a couple photo shoots. I'm still not sure yet. I've been working on a couple of my other goals in the meantime. I think like I've been exploring how to like navigate productivity and like letting myself rest, but also when I'm not doing so well, kind of like using that for my benefit by like putting that energy into something. And I feel like I've found a kind of healthy balance. I've been wanting to talk about this though because the past couple of days I've noticed like a big difference in my self-care, a big difference in my self-relationship. I did a spell. I made it up and I put it in my grimoire and everything. This is my grimoire. It's so pretty. She's so pretty. For magic. Speaking of, I want to get like more dresses and more like things like that too. But I think I'm gonna wait for all of that stuff until like again, until I start doing my photo shoots. But yeah, the spell. I basically did a spell to kind of like step into and fully embody my higher self and my highest timeline, to fully like, because when I manifest, I usually visualize my future and that future version of myself with all of my manifestations, with all of my desires. So I basically just did a spell where I, lit a candle, did a kind of ritual for myself with the new moon, and made a promise, made a vow to myself, and visualized myself becoming this version of myself, stepping into her. And that version of me is basically just my most authentic self. So for me, it's been more so just about like surrendering and settling, because I tend to be someone who likes to have a firm grip of control, and especially like when I'm feeling out of control in other aspects of my life, it's very important for me to feel in control in the ways that I can. But lately I've been seeing how that's been detrimental, or how that's been like not the best for me. So I did that spell, and again, like basically promised to love myself unconditionally, to from that day forward really embody that version of myself, to from that day forward really promise to give myself all of my dreams and the life that I truly deserve, which is something I've already done like in my journaling and in some of my self-love spells. But I feel like this was like a catalyst and kind of a new beginning kind of spell too. Yeah, and I basically just promised to give myself all of my manifestations, give myself everything that I know that I am deserving of, be my most authentic self, and love myself as I am. And just the past couple of days, I've noticed a big difference. There were some kind of like difficult changes at first, like again, I'm someone who really likes to have a sense of control, and the past couple of days I've been really struggling with my mental health, and I figured out, or I had a breakthrough about how like I tend to be very rigid with myself and very like authoritarian. Like I tend to kind of like order myself around, or create a very like firm agenda as to how to do things, and how to go about action, instead of just letting myself flow, letting myself be, letting myself do what feels right, and being more gentle with myself. Like I tend to be very gentle with others, but a little more harsh on myself. A lot more harsh on myself. I tend to be a lot more harsh on myself. But the past couple of days I've like been struggling mentally, and I realized, and I had a breakthrough. I was like, I don't need to do this anymore. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna stop this. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just gonna take myself as I am. I know that I'm struggling. I'm gonna make my goal right now just making it through each day, being myself, having fun, or doing whatever feels right, doing whatever intuitively feels right, whatever I feel guided towards, doing whatever I creatively want to do, because I feel like I've been suppressing some of my creative visions right now because I've been so focused on some of my other goals, and I feel like that's been like adding to my struggles in mental health. So I've been trying to give my creations and my creativity more attention as well, and that part of me more attention. In the past couple of days I've just been like not making a schedule for myself, because that's a big thing for me too. Like I usually like to make a very like strict schedule, but I've been just like, you know what, I'm just not going to make a schedule for myself. I'm just going to do whatever I feel like, and that is exactly what I have done, and it has felt amazing. It has felt amazing. It's felt very freeing, and I think it's because freedom is very important to me. And I was adopting something that I grew up with, but I don't want to embody anymore. You know, like that's not something I want to carry with me into this new part of my life. I want to be more gentle with myself, more fluid, allowing myself to flow like water, allowing myself to surrender. In a lot of my personal readings, I get the Hanged Man a lot, which is a card that is all about surrender, letting go, in different perspective. And it is genuinely because I will grip onto things for dear life and be like, no, you will. No, like, I can be a little intense, and I've learned to just let things be and to let myself be. Especially these past couple of days, I've just been like, you know what? If I'm struggling this much, you know what? I'm just gonna do whatever, and I'm going to follow my gut. That is exactly what I have done. It feels pretty good. It feels very good. I do want to start watching more TV, because again, like, I'm trying to embody rest and relaxation. I think that's something that I can struggle with sometimes. Like, I tend to feel like I have to be working or doing something all the time, which I don't. I do not. No. I also have been feeling lately, like, I've been being hard on myself or feeling like I need to take on more goals. But I've already learned that when I do multiple things at one time, I tend to overwhelm myself, and that it's better for me to do a couple or one thing at a time. So that's what I've been doing, and that's been working for me. I think while I'm working on some of the goals that I'm working on that are, like, taking a bit more, I might take on, like, maybe a photo shoot or something like that, because I love my photo shoots and I miss them. I miss my creative stuff. Like, it's been fun to work on the pottery. I do want to do some of that more, but I feel like it's good for me to take a break, to focus on the lighters a little bit, focus on my goals a little bit. Some of the more, like, low effort things, because a lot of my goals and stuff like that are things that, like, are really close to my heart, so it's important for me to put a lot of energy and a lot of effort into them. Tomorrow I'm hearing back from my editor, and I'm really excited for that, and to get some feedback, and to just ask her some questions overall too, and to work on my manuscript more and add to it more. Let me get into the topics that I wanted to talk about, because I really like these topics. These are, like, things that I've been thinking about for a while, so it's been, like, on the forefront of my mind, so it feels good to talk about. I also just dyed my hair again back to blonde, except for obviously the black strands, because that's just not gonna come out. Like, that's gonna just have to that's just gonna have to stay there. That feels good too, because, like, when I envisioned that future version of myself, she has blonde hair, so it's like, again, I've done the energetic steps to get there. Now I'm taking the physical steps. Now I'm taking the, like, goal steps, things like that. Hold on. For my next vlog, though, or my vlog for this week, I also, I think I want to do that one on my artist date. And for that artist date, I think I'm probably going to work on my lighters. Unless my paint comes, then I might work on the clay things. It depends on how I feel. I'm so thirsty, hold on. I keep fidgeting with my belly button piercing. I do that a lot when I get, like, high, because I get, like, overstimulated a little bit. And I'm like, ooh, it's in my skin. I need to feel it. What I do. Okay, but these are my topics. So the first one, the art of seducing the universe. I kind of want to write a book about this someday, and I've talked about this a little bit on my, like, channeling and tarot page, where I do, like, collective readings and channels and stuff. But this is something that I incorporate a lot into my manifestation, because I like to harness my sexual energy. I like to harness that, like, sacral energy to create, to manifest, to bring in my desires. I think by embodying that, like, excuse me, I think by, like, embodying that, version of myself that is, like, very irresistible, very seductive, very beautiful, very, like, the version of myself that, like, where I adore myself and where I have that adoration and that devotion to self, right? She is so irresistible and so, like, seductive and attractive that even her manifestations, even her desires, even the things that she wants cannot resist her and cannot help but flow to her, but become hers, but, you know, be hers. And I think that's something that I incorporate in my manifestations a lot too, is like, my manifestations want me. Like, I don't just want them, they want me because of my energy and because of my allure and magnetism as a person and as my soul and as, like, my energy and my essence as a whole. And willing things in and bringing things in from that energy of confidence, of sureness in myself, of, like, pouring into myself so much that it overflows. That's another thing I've been thinking a lot about lately, is, like, it's really important for me to have people in my life who add to my peace instead of taking away from it, because I pour so much into myself that I overflow naturally into the people that are in my life. So it's really important to me to have people in my life who bring me that same level of peace that I know that I'm going to be, like, bringing them, in a sense, you know, like, it's important to me to have that kind of reciprocity. Hold up. My vanilla perfume. I don't even like this perfume though. But it's what I have right now. And it brings me comfort, so. I put some on earlier, but I like really reapplying. But yeah, so like when I'm doing my self-care, I like to speak affirmations and speak love into myself and speak into myself, like, words like, I am so beautiful, so radiant, so, you know, all of these things, all of my wants, everything that is in my highest good, everything that is truly for me, all of my destiny, want me, flow to me effortlessly with ease, become mine because they cannot help but be mine, you know, like that kind of thing, like, sitting in my power, sitting in my energy, and allowing it all to flow to me, in a sense. The other topic, or the next topic, is devotion as an act of self-care. Because I've been thinking a lot about how, like, my anchor, especially in times where I am mentally not doing well, like how I am now, where I'm, like, really struggling to find, like, motivation or a reason to keep going, my anchor for myself is my devotion and my determination to self. Like, my determination and devotion to give myself everything that I'm deserving of, everything that I truly want, everything that I know that is mine, you know, everything that I know is mine by birthright because I desire it, because it's something that I want. Being devoted to bringing myself that happiness, to loving myself exactly as I am, to taking myself exactly as I am, being devoted to my authenticity, and again, really standing firmly in who I am and in my power, and being devoted to putting myself first, because I think, again, like, another topic that I've been really thinking about lately, that I heard someone make a TikTok about the other day, and it really, like, made me think about, like, how that's the kind of mindset I have, is, like, I have to put myself first, I have to come first and be top priority, because once I have everything that I need, once I have everything that I can support myself with and that will make me happy, I can help others, I can pour some of that support pour some of that peace, pour some of that happiness into others from that place. I have to bring myself up here so that I can lift others up myself. And I think that's how I feel about a lot of things too, is like, it's really important for me to be my top priority, because like, that's the thing that keeps me going. Like, I'm the person who has gotten me through all of my dark times. I'm the person who has taught me all of the things that I've known today. I'm the person who has gotten me to this point today. I'm the person who's accomplished all the things that I've accomplished so far. I'm the person that's going to accomplish all of the things that I'm going to accomplish. And like, thinking to baby me, that's my child. Like, that's my family, that's my blood. I have to give her everything, you know? And letting that act of devotion be an act of self-care and an act of like adoration for self. I need to fix this really good piercing. It's driving me crazy. I've also been really wanting to like rewatch childhood stuff, which I'm probably going to. And also like rewatching comfort shows, which again I'm also probably going to. I want to check to see if the camera is still recording. Wait, I can see in the mirror it still is. Okay. Like, I've been wanting to rewatch SpongeBob. I've also been wanting to rewatch Avatar and Legend of Korra. I've been wanting to rewatch Banana Fish. And those are all of like some of my comfort shows. Oh yeah, the next topic. The higher self, like, to me when I think of what the higher self is, I think of the inner child. Because the higher self is just our most authentic self. It's just honoring ourselves as we are and surrendering to that internal divinity. So it's really just returning home to our inner child, to who we were before the world got to us, before external factors, before just external forces in general. Like, when I feel like I am at my best and I am fulfilling my fullest potential and really honoring myself the most and my higher self the most, is when I'm honoring my inner child the most, when I'm really embodying that version of myself and seeing through her eyes and seeing the magic and the beauty in everything again. My next topic. My next topic is one that I'm thinking about a lot. I'm gonna talk about this one a lot. I need to prepare myself. Hold on. Okay. I saw a TikTok the other day where this person was saying, they were like, most people who are very light, very genuine, very beautiful, very just beautiful souls, very beautiful people, their light and their amount of light is equal to their amount of darkness. Which also reminds me of a quote. You have no idea the amount of violence it took to become this gentle. And it also has made me think about how a lot of times in my life I've observed, like, in some of the people that I have viewed as like, that I've like adored, loved, cherished, respected the most, and like viewed the most high in my life, a lot of those people, or all of those people, have like had some kind of self-view where they felt like they were evil, or they did not feel like they were good people, or where they just feel like they're bad, or feel like they're like inherently evil. Like, I've been thinking about it a lot as I've been watching Daredevil too, because like Matt Murdock is a very genuine person. He tries not to kill people. I think he's a pussy. But that's just me. But no, but like he is a good person, like, and he genuinely tries, and I really respect him for that and for his like soul and how genuine and true he stays to himself. Um, but he feels like there is the devil in him, or he feels like at some points in his life he can see the devil in him, or see some kind of evil, devilish, bad, wrong side of him. And that's a way that I felt a lot in my life, and I know that a lot of people, again, that I've loved and adored very deeply have felt in their lives too. And I think it's really because, not because we're actually evil or actually bad people, and I don't think that we should like accept that as true, because I think when we accept or validate that as true, like, oh yeah, I'm just evil, or oh yeah, I'm just a bad person, or oh yeah, I'm just like this or that, I think that's when we like devalue or disrespect or abandon ourselves in a sense and accept it as true. And I don't think that's fair to ourselves or to other people who are also in similar situations. But I do feel like it stems from a lot of trauma, and like when you go through a lot of trauma, like I feel like it's just like one of the most common self-limiting like beliefs that comes from that or stems from that is feeling like you're evil, or feeling like something is wrong with you in some sense, because like the brain has a hard time justifying things like that and justifying like evil acts, so it tries to like search and scramble for answers that just don't exist when it comes to certain things. Like some people are just terrible and do terrible things, and we unfortunately suffer the consequences. And I really don't think it's much more than that, honestly, most of the time. But I do think, like, again, like it's equal when someone like has that amount of light and genuine like beautiful parts of them, they're gonna have that amount in, you know, dark or shadow aspects, or like the parts of them that they use to survive and to get to this point as well. Like it's not easy to survive those levels of trauma, and in order to do that, you have to pick up tools and things along the way to help you that sometimes are not the greatest and sometimes like are not the like healthiest, or the something that we are always the most proud of, but it's a part of us. And I think that like again it goes into like that shadow work, and the shadow work is something that I've really explored in my life a lot, and I feel like a lot of people like don't really know what shadow work is. It doesn't have to be just answering prompts and stuff. Like it can really just be recognizing like, hey, this is a behavior or a thought pattern or something that I've noticed in myself that I do not feel like is healthy, or I do not really like or feel like is beneficial to me. Let me ask myself, where is this coming from? How can I address this? How can I move forward from this? How can I better myself? How can I show up better tomorrow? How can I drop this, and how can I do a little better for myself tomorrow? You know? And I think it's very important to honor our shadow and to honor our light by like understanding and having compassion for our shadow, and understanding and having compassion for our light too. Like that's another thing I've been thinking about a lot lately, is like when you've suffered from a lot of trauma, it can be easy to succumb to self-blame, or thinking like you must have done something wrong, or you must have done something to put yourself in that situation, or to end up harmed in that way. And that's just not the case. Like there's never anything wrong with being a genuine person who believes in genuinity and believes in good in the world and believes in love and believes in light, you know? Like that's something to be proud of. That's something to, especially in this world, that's something to be proud of. And it's never going to be productive to blame yourself. I think it just, at some point you do have to accept the logic of like. Okay, I'm starting another one. I don't know when it cut off, but I'm just gonna start off what I left off. But yeah, I think that's what I like most about humanity and about myself is my determination and my perseverance. Just my ability to get back up every day and try again, even when I don't want to, or even when it's hard, or even when I can find little to no reason to do so. I think it's just the act of doing so and having that hope, having that faith that maybe tomorrow or maybe the next day or maybe the day after that you will find a reason to keep going, or you will think of something that makes you want to keep going. I think that is what is so human and what is so beautiful and what is so important about humanity, about people in general. I think it's important to me because it's got me to where I am today. Like, I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for my resilience, for my sheer determination and will. like there are a lot of, like, when I tell people the things that I've been through, they're like, Isabella, how do, and I'm like, hey, to hell if I know. No, I know, like, it's just, I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna let this get me. And if I decide something, that's just law. Like, that's just how it has to be. That's just how it has to be, I guess. And I think it's my determination to just make things happen when I really want to make something happen. Hey, it's gotten me very, very far. It will continue to get me very, very, very far. I can guarantee that there is absolutely nothing in this world that is going to stop me. Really and truly. Listen, I've tried. I don't think at this point, you know, let's see what my next topic is. Process of death and rebirth and near-death experiences. Yeah, I've talked about this before, but I love talking about this. I feel like just throughout life in general and the process of life, there are constant death and rebirths. Like, there are things that completely shatter you as a person, and then you have to get back up and reinvent yourself and recreate yourself as a person, and then do that over and over and over again for years. I'm sorry. I need a lighter and a goddamn cigarette. I'm kidding. No, I might smoke a bowl after this though. No, but I'm serious. I feel like it's a beautiful thing. Like, I love change. I love transformation. I love evolving. And I think my ability to allow myself to kind of die in a sense and come back to life is part of what has gotten me this far. I don't think it's easy. I don't think it's fun. I don't think it's like the greatest, you know, like, but it's necessary. I think it's part of life. I think it's part of like what it means to be alive. My near-death experiences, I feel like I've had a lot of those myself, and they have really shown me how finite life is and how important it is to cherish whatever you hold dear. And again, like, life can, how finite life like, let's really emphasize how finite life is. Like, life can really, you know, and I think once you have like a near-death experiences or multiple near-death experiences, it really shows you, okay, I was almost not here. Now that I am still here and I realize how quickly it can all not be here, what can I do moving forward to make the most of the life that I have, and what can I do moving forward to live as fully as I possibly can. Like, after I had a couple near-death experiences, I was really like, wow, I'm still here, I might as well live. Like, because I feel like there was this quote in Daredevil recently where the priest was like, he was talking to Matt and he was like, most people aren't really that scared to die. They're really just really scared to live. And I think that's very true. And I think I've, like, historically been very scared to live. And after I had a couple near-death experiences, I was really like, wow, I might as well live now. Hey, there is nothing stopping me. Like, we might as well do this. We're still here. We might as well make the most of it. And I think that's a beautiful thing. I love hearing people talk about their near-death experiences and their experiences with death, especially as someone who has, like, felt like, I just pondered death and felt like very closely knit and related to death for a very long time. I think since I was a kid. Especially because of a lot of like spiritual experiences I had when I was a kid and stuff like that. But it doesn't necessarily scare me. It just does have that kind of eerie feeling. It's like, yeah, we don't really know a whole lot about what happens after that. But hey, if you're here, might as well do it, you know? And my next topic and last topic is surrendering to internal divinity. I kind of talked about this with the spell too, because I feel like, again, being your highest self, returning home to self, standing in your full power, embodying your authenticity, all of these things are really just surrender. It's really just being. Just allowing yourself to be, to exist, not to do, not to create, not to, you know, anything, just to be. And seeing what comes of that. Seeing what feels right, listening to yourself, listening through that stillness. Surrendering to who you truly are and not forcing anything. Because like I said, like, I think I have a history in the past in my self-relationship to be forceful with myself, especially because of my relationship to productivity and to, like, feeling like I have to be doing a lot in order to be worthy or in order to, like, earn things. And realizing, like, hey, I have free will. Like, I don't have to do anything. Like, I can just do what I want to do. I can just be myself and I can just do what feels right for me. And I want to take full advantage of that. And lately I feel like I've been really doing that. And I feel proud of myself for that. And for just being that version of me in general. I do think it's helped me really embrace rest more too, because again, I tend to like try to do, and it's really good to just sit and to just be and to just be. Buddhism is actually like I've done a lot of research on religions throughout my life because like I've had a hyperfixation on a lot of different religions throughout my life and researching religions. And Buddhism is really beautiful, and Buddhism they talk a lot about also like that just being, just existing. Like if you are stardust, if you are the same as the earth and the sky and the stars and everything around you, then just allow yourself to exist the same as that, you know? I've been wanting to do more personal readings lately and more like channels, but I haven't been getting like a whole lot of ideas. I was going to do a couple right now, but I think I might take like a cat nap or something before I go to my appointment tomorrow. So I have a doctor's appointment for my little heart. My little heart. This has been a fun vlog though. I really, really want to actually do my next one while I create. If I feel up to it. If not, I won't. But I really want to. The clay was super fun. I just want to create more in general. I just have so many goals, and sometimes I'm not sure which order to do them, but I don't think the order really matters as long as I'm doing stuff. I was craving something sweet, so I had bread with butter and jam, and I remembered why that is my hyperfixation food. That shit is so fucking good. Oh my god, so good. It was so good. Just allowing myself to be is so fun. Because like I just get to be who I am. I don't have to do anything until I feel like it. It's a fun program around here. I like it. I like it a lot. I like that I got my hair too. It looks nice. I just need to use my purple shampoo to even out the tone. But it worked out well. I should go before I fall asleep. I love you. Thank you for attending week 8 vlog. Stay tuned for next week, week 9, where I will most likely work on lighters. Until then. Hello.